Hello, and welcome back to another Pen Talk. Thank you very much for tuning in and joining me as I explore this amazing, incredible wide world of pens. Yes, this is a pen you've seen before in a little preview. It's an Asvine P50. Britain advised me today that they are going up on the net. So there's a listing on Amazon. Here it is. Pen comes in 4 colors. Here they are. By the time you watch this video, you may see this on other platforms. I think the price is excellent. It's lower than I expected it based on how I felt the pen was built and made. And we'll explore that in more detail, because this is a pen worthy of exploring, worthy of being on a turntable, being held up by a crab, and being observed by my pen friends. So as the turntable turns around and the crab gives you a wink, let's dive in and look at this pen. My pen arrived in this nice Asvine box. We have the Asvine name there. Pops right open. This is an excellent instruction manual, all the filling systems and cleaning systems, and also sales and service. That's a great combo. The pen comes with this wrench. It's now listed on Amazon and eventually will be on the other platforms. And the pen is securely held in this foam block. It's a good package and makes a good gift box. So let's explore the pen a little bit. So when you pick it up, the first thing you'll notice is it's medium weight, not too heavy, not too light. But the quality is just very, very evident. Fit and finish is great. Tolerances are good. And that's just a standard clip, nothing special, but it's pretty stiff, functional. Got a nice gap there to go over some thick material or the pen case that you might want to put it in. We have 2 cap band rings here. I think they've improved the engraving on the cap band. At least it looks nicer in my eyes. And they have the model number on the back, which I think is excellent. So in decades from now, when somebody goes through your collection and they go, "What pen is that?" they'll know. The cap comes off in 1, almost 2 turns. And we'll see a standard Asvine nib. This is extra fine. This will be going on to a new owner when I finish with the review. And they like extra fine nibs. And they've picked out an ink, which we'll see. Ink and window is done very nice with the 2 metal rings, top and bottom. And this ring forms the ledge here that the cap seals up against. But as with most Asvine pens, it feels very nice in the hand. Ergonomics are excellent. You know, those threads are there, that ledge is there, but you don't really feel them. And that's a good size section. I like it. Fits my fingers well. And what about posting? Well, it looks like it should post okay. And it fits there. Fairly secure. And I don't think it's on the cap. Nope. Well, I spoke too soon. It is on the cap. Yeah. Every design has some drawbacks to them. This is a nice multicolored resin, almost like in the cracked ice variety. The pen comes in 4 colors. Here they are. By the time you watch this video, hopefully there'll be full listings on all platforms. Right now, there's just 1 listing on Amazon. Here it is. I think the price is excellent. I expected this to be over $30, considering the nice improvements that they made and visually how it looks. But they came in with a very attractive price, making the pen a good value in my opinion. So people ask about cleaning out piston fillers, and they're not as easy to clean out as cartridge converter pens, but, you know, I think a little easier than vac fillers. So I just use this syringe, remove the nib assembly, syringe filled with water, put it in here, squirt, squirt, and it'll clean out pretty quickly and pretty readily. So no fears there. And you can always use the wrench to take it apart if you need to. So the ink choice was by my partner, who said she wanted an orange ink in the pen. So I offered her this ink. It's from the 2017 Philadelphia Pen Show. And of course I have my label on the top because when it's sitting in my drawer of ink or my bin of ink, I need to see the ink. It's a nice clean orange, a little bit on the red side of orange. Appears to have some shading. Wiped off the top of the bottle and I wiped off the section. Of course, the real test of an ink is how it works in that extra fine Asvine nib. So this is definitely an extra fine nib, and it lays down a decent patch of ink. For an extra fine, it's on the wet side. There's no flex, but if you put a little bit of pressure on it, it does open up and lay down a little bit more ink. The color coming out better than I expected. I was concerned that it might be a little bit too light in this extra fine nib, but it actually puts down a nice looking line. We're at full LEDs, and it took me an effort to get this nib assembly unscrewed from the barrel. It didn't come out at all when I first got it. I soaked it a little bit, still didn't come out. And after sitting for a few days, I tried again and it came out. Again, it took some effort. But one of the things I noticed is the design of this nib collar has changed. Here's one I pulled out of a V126. It's pretty much the same. The threads are the same, but they've made a change to the end piece here, which I think facilitates a better seal. And the way they've machined the section matches up well. So you may have asked about the relationship to Moonman. Well, Moonman uses the exact same assembly, at least it did. But the good thing is these older style assemblies, if you want to call them that, do screw in to the P50. I don't know how well they'll seal. I'll definitely will want O-rings top and bottom, but it's possible. So you don't, if you want to change out the nib, you can. With a resin like this, we need to bring in the LED to explore it a little bit more. Start with the cap. Sorry about the strobe effect. Let's take a look inside the cap, and we'll see that classic machined ledge. If we go inside the cap, we'll see it's fairly translucent, not 100%, but decent. You can see the different colors there in the resin. And if we take a look at the barrel, it's a similar type of thing. We're not going to see any differences. And we can go in a little bit with the light, but obviously it stops where the ledge is for the section. And if we look at the way the piston there is, there's a little gap there. And you may ask, oh, is that up as far as it'll go? I'm certain maybe with some adjustments you might be able to get a slight bit out of it. We'll bring in my trusty measuring stick and we'll check the depth. The piston's all the way up. We'll come in here and we'll see there's your gap. Not much, but I'm happy with that. We'll do a weight measurement to get the actual ink capacity. So a few viewers have mentioned they enjoy seeing a comparison of a number of different pens. So I put this one together primarily to illustrate how Asvine has evolved their different models. So here's the original V169 vacuum fill, skeleton overlay, that really substantial clip. And then a while later they came out with the M169 with is a cartridge converter. It has a resin section versus a metal section, so this is much lighter, but still the same skeleton overlay in that substantial clip. And then they come out with the P30 titanium trim, piston filler, nice, really well-designed heavy-duty pen. On the lighter end is the V126 vacuum fill, and you notice how the clip has evolved. This is still a very substantial clip like these two are. Here we have a ball end on the end, and then we have the P20, which is the piston fill pen, which I think is a predecessor to the P50, obviously from a time frame and also from a model evolution change. This had a roller clip to it. So here's the P50, just to put it in comparison. This is a clip they haven't used on any other pens. So here at the other end is a Pen BBS pen, which is called Tiny Happiness, I think. So I thought the color might be similar, but when I finally got the two pens together, I realized it wasn't. This is the 355 model, if memory serves me correct. If I mislabeled any of these model numbers, because sometimes they get confused in my head, I apologize. But here's just an amazing example of incredible variety of pens. And as we've mentioned many times, as I screw around with the camera, it's an amazing wide world of pens that we are very fortunate to be able to enjoy, take part in, appreciate. I don't know what other hobby has such a great variety to it, is such a global hobby, and gives us a phenomenal range of writing instruments that we can enjoy. Oh, I certainly enjoy mine. So here are some pens for size comparison. Pilot Metropolitan Lamy All-Star, same size as the Savari. As you can see, this Asvine fits in between these two quite well. So on posted, they take on a very different character. The Pilot Metropolitan is the shortest, very tiny, small section, small nib. Number 6 nib on the Asvine. I'll always mispronounce it. Brain and tongue don't work together that well. And the Lamy Safari, which has the classic slip-on Lamy nib and their own triangular section. But Asvine holds its own in this group. So now we're near the end of the video. So we're going to give you some dimensions to put the pen in perspective, and some editorial comments. So I think Asvine has done a nice job again. In my review of what's been posted on the wonderful world of the internet, the 4 colors that they offer are kind of either love it or hate it type of colors, and most people seem to not like them. But you got to admire Asvine for doing something a little different, making a change to the P20 model, making a little larger, making the ink window a little nicer. Just all in all, subtle improvements. And I have to really admire the fact that a pen maker like Asvine is doing this. And we benefit from it, which is great. So overall, again, another pen that I really like. Another pen that will find a new home shortly. And it does fit nice in the hand, and we talked about it. It does post, but it posts on the blind cap, so therefore not exactly safe. If you turn that blind cap, you can squirt ink out. But TWSBI, they're not the only pen company that has that aspect to them. So let's do some final writing and bid you adieu. So as you can see, I put a little pressure on the downstrokes, and they definitely opened up almost to a medium. But during normal writing, it's not something you're going to be doing. So I wouldn't even call the nib soft, but it does have a slight bounce to it, which is nice. And it's an extra fine, so you're going to get a little bit more feedback than you would from a fine. And the Asvine mediums are very smooth, buttery, you might say. So I do like this pen. I think they did a good job with the section, the ergonomics, the whole aspect of it. And that's what a really pen maker should be known for. So with that, I want to say thank all of you for watching. I hope this video finds everyone safe, healthy, and happy, enjoying your pens, enjoying your inks, enjoying your paper, enjoying when pen and ink and paper come together and put a smile on your face and help you enjoy your day even more. So with that, we will say the end, and we will say bye. Enjoy your pens.